It's about to fire off. Oh, there we go. And we're good. Let's see what we open here. Temporal Cascade. I don't know what that does, and it doesn't sound good. Wow. Wow, that is awful. Okay. So, I'm down for... Skeleton Shard... Silvermer... What do I want to do this time?
Are you streaming?
Yeah, we opened up a less than impressive pack. We can take... Skeleton Shard, Mer Retriever... I don't want to start with Mer Enforcer.
What's the other card?
No good.
Okay. I think Silvermere.
Skeleton Shard's very powerful. Return target artifact creature. You can do it over and over. It's a little bit more grindy, so it would be a little bit slower.
I don't think we'd eventually end up playing that, though. Whereas the Mirror, I think we'd play... We'd probably play Barter and Blood as well.
I don't know if we're going to be in a deck that plays double black, so I'll go ahead and take the Silvermer. I think that was an underwhelming pick. Okay, so I like Creeping Mold, and I like Pyrite Spellbomb, and I like Ancient Den.
So, Creeping Mold was getting some really high reviews, not to mention, destroying an artifact. It's pretty good.
It's just a 4-mana destroy an artifact. That's what it really is.
So.
And Pyrite Spellbomb is a 2-mana deal, too. I'm fine with either of these.
The Creeping Mold.
Alright. So, here I am either on the Scale, the Gauntlets, or the Mer Enforcer. I think
so that's not the good. That's not the good one. The Tooth is the good one, right?
That's okay. You can be a heavy artifact deck with either one. Yeah, the Tooth is the power one. This is the toughness one. They're both fine. The Tooth is better.
Now, what about the first Mirror Enforcer and hope the second one wheels?
I think too many people are in Affinity to pick Affinity.
We haven't seen any indication that people are in Affinity. It's only a third pick.
I think it's a popular archetype, and I don't like to go in a popular archetype.
I think the red-white archetype is probably more popular.
Do you want to try the Mer Enforcer?
Well, it seems like the best card in this pack.
Okay.
It may not make it to the deck.
Yeah, we definitely saw some weak packs there. Neither of those packs had stuff that I was excited about. Okay. So, if we are going into the Affinity deck, we are taking the Talisman. If we are not going to the Infinity deck, then Goblin Relic. That's fine. Those are the only two cards that are really good here, by the way. But if you'd like to play a deck that doesn't just run a bunch of artifact kill cards, like just red cards and stuff, then the Affinity deck plays Talisman of Progress and a bunch of artifacts, and we just try to artifact out. You want to try it?
Let's try it.
Okay.
We can always switch if it doesn't come after a few picks. I really hate passing the Replica, though.
Yeah.
Now, is that still possibly a pick, the Replica over the Talisman?
I think they're very close. There's different decks. This is a deck that's going to be killing things, attacking things, etc. And it's fine in the Affinity deck. I think the Talisman is a high pick for an Affinity deck.
Oh, okay. Well, let's try it.
Because it makes 2 mana. The lands are also high picks as well. This makes 2 mana for us. It counts as a land, it taps for mana. And we need to obviously pick up Affinity cards. This is the kind of deck the Broodstar would be good in, by the way.
Oh, yeah, if we see one.
Yeah, and I actually don't mind, having, whether or not we play Creeping Mold. But one of the things I like about the Affinity deck is it's very color light. So it's very easy to splash Creeping Mold even if it's double green, because we might only have 2 colored cards or 4 colored cards in the deck.
Yes. This is really weird. I've had a several second delay here.
Okay, so let's check Spoils of the Vault real quick. I think it's one of the pricier cards.
Alright, Proteus Staff I think is also a pick. And that's going to be our pick unless that...
Proteus Staff?
Was it?
I didn't see it. I saw.
Maybe I read wrong. You should hurry though. You don't have much time. 31 seconds. Go. That's Pearl Shard. Never mind. I don't need that.
Yeah, we'll go to reserve Skyhunter Cup. It come around this late makes me think that the artifact equipment deck that we've played every time is open.
Alright, go ahead and see if the other thing is good.
Modern Mirrodin, and it was...
I don't think you actually clicked. Oh, you did. Spoils of the Vault. It's $1.50. We'll just go with the Skyhunter.
Yeah. Is there anything else I'd like to have? No. Ah, Leveler! We can exile our entire library.
So Frogmount, Vault of Whispers.
Vault of Whispers. Alright, so it's probably the replica here.
Yeah.
Alright, we can take... What is this? That's no good. Stalking Stone seems pretty good.
Scale or Stalking Stones?
Stalking Stone's a little slow, though.
Well, so Scale is for the artifact deck, right?
Yeah, there's not anything else I'm excited about. Telejar Archers is okay, but yeah, let's try the Scale. Alright, this is our first pack opening.
It's the Frogmite.
Yeah. Not sure if Frogmite is actually good, by the way.
It has affinity, so who knows?
I mean, it's like base level. It's a 2/2. Usually for 2. But I don't even know how good a 2/2 for free is. And the fact of the matter is, it's hard to play it on turn 2.
Yeah, we'll just need more artifact lands.
This may be the worst deck we draft, or the best deck. I can't tell yet.
It's not looking too good right now, but the Affinity deck is a synergy deck, so
It's
hard
true.
to tell.
Yeah, it's either gonna, the pieces didn't come there. The Mirror Forcer didn't wheel.
The other Mirror Forcer, yeah.
Yeah.
All these
Tangle
cards
Root
are terrible.
makes a bunch of mana for us. I'm not sure if it's playable. Basically, it's whenever we cast a creature spell, we gain a mana. And if we're running mostly creature spells, it lets chain together. But the problem is, it doesn't do anything.
So is the Prototype or the Golem better then?
We can try the Prototype.
So for the Affinity deck, we probably want the Scale.
It's fine. Okay, we have a lot of toughness increasing cards.
Yeah. This isn't looking too exciting.
No, not yet. None of these cards are unplayable. They're just not exciting.
Yeah, I mean, we do have only 2 colored cards, so we're not doing terrible for the Affinity deck. And we're probably not going to do any of these.
No, I'm going to take a whole bunch of just really powerful cards I can.
For the sideboard, yeah.
Yeah, we don't really have a color. Skyhunter Cup and Creeping Mold are neither playable nor unplayable right now. The problem is I'm playing Scale of Chisgora, and that has to do something for me to play it. Otherwise, I have 2 less playables than it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Ditto for Talisman of Progress. We do need powerful late game cards. I haven't seen any.
Yeah.
Preferably powerful late game cards with Affinity. Which
there actually aren't many of them.
No.
So I think the Affinity deck mostly runs on the fact that you're bringing stuff out early.
Yeah.
That you would normally pay 4 mana for.
So here's the thing about Mirror Forcer. We're paying 7 for a 4/4. So let's say we get on whatever turn. Is it really faster than having a turn 3/4/4, which we were doing last set?
No. However, you've seen one Skyhunter Club and no good equipment, so somebody's probably in that deck.
It's true, but we also didn't see the Mirror Forcer come back around either.
That's
true. Well, I'm going to take the spoils here.
Yeah.
It's $1. I'm not playing Sun... I guess I could play the Sunbeam, the Sun Sum, so it's true. Maybe I should have picked that. It'll be good if we're actually all in Affinity. I just don't think we're going to have enough Affinity cards.
I think we're already committed at this point.
I'm committed to sadness. We'll find something. There's a deck to be had. Hopefully our next pack will really give us what we need. Yeah, I'll take Leveler.
Yeah, whatever.
I can't play it. Right?
There's no way to play it, I don't think.
Let's end with my picks.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that actually normally goes in Affinity or not.
It's a okay. Arcslogger. We got there. We can run Arcslogger. It's very strong.
Yeah, Arcslogger is a very good card, and it works for Affinity too, right?
It works for any deck that wants to just deal 4.
Yeah, everybody was saying that Red seemed pretty powerful too.
Well, here's the thing about Arcslogger. I know it seems weird at first, but usually when you cast it, you have 20 cards left in your library. So essentially, it's a 4/5 that you can tag with a couple times, and then near the end of the game, you can just use 2 shocks for free.
Yeah, so a 4/5 for 5 is actually really good anyway.
In older sets, yep. And the fact that you can use your library. We're not going to make our deck big or anything like that. Archslogger's not going to be an infinite number of bolts or anything. No,
Nope.
it's going to be about 2. 2 free shocks.
Yep.
And, I would play a card that said, red, shock your opponent, red, shock your opponent. The second time you use this ability, you lose the game at the beginning of your next upkeep.
Yeah.
Because you would never use that ability unless you were going to win. Or unless they strike you. Alright, so we have a card I'm happy with. 1
out of 16 ain't bad, right?
Hey now, I also like that Silver Mirror and that Talisman.
I like that Vault of Whispers. So, I've heard we're supposed to take the Tree of Tales very high and the Thoughtcast very high. Spike Shot Goblin was also really good. So
yeah, I'd like to go with the Spike Shot Goblin. I think we're just going to be red-based Affinity, and then if any of these... I'm happy with the Swordsmith, the Talisman, the Viridian Shaman.
The Mirror.
We could take the Viridian Shaman. It's really strong.
I think the Spike Shot Goblin is probably the best common.
This is a stacked pack, by the way.
It is a stacked pack. There are several great cards.
1, 2, 3,
I don't know what we
4,
should actually take if we're going Affinity.
5, 6, 7. I want to take the Spike Shot Goblin because it's powerful, and all we need is just 1 or 2 things to make it over the top. And I'd like to be base red. Now, that said, I would very well consider the Viridian Shaman. It's a stronger one-time effect and a obviously non-repeatable effect.
What's the last card in the pack?
There's no last card.
Oh, this is the second pick. My bad.
Yeah.
I think we want the Scimitar.
Nah. We can take the Scimitar or the Disciple.
I think we want the Scimitar.
Okay.
And we probably want
Great Furnace.
the Great Furnace from this pack. And we hope the Cathodian Wheels or the Altar's Light Wheels.
Okay, so let's go ahead and take out the cards I'd rather not play, but will play, and see what the deck actually looks like then. Because I think it's going to look a lot thinner.
No, I've never drafted Affinity before.
And then we'll take the land and put it here since it doesn't count. Because it's a land. Okay. It's okay. Alright.
So, I think we want either the Scimitar or the Hover Guard.
I think we can try to wield the Hover Guards. So you don't think we want Blinding Beam or Soul Nova?
So, everybody was saying Blinding Beam was good.
We might not be running white. I think we might be red-white, but we could also be red-green.
So, I think we want the Hover Guard or the Scimitar.
Alright, we'll take a Scimitar and we can just start taking bodies. Okay, so I really want to take Deconstruct here, but we can also take Seed of Cyanide.
I think we're supposed to take the Seat.
How many things do we have to care about artifacts? I count 2.
I don't know. And like I said, I've never drafted it before, but I heard you take the lands very highly.
What do we take? What is our payoff?
I'm not sure.
Alright, we'll try it. I really want to take that Deconstruct, but we'll take all these lands.
Alright, so there's another scale. I don't know why.
We're taking the,
I think we want to take the gauntlets this time.
Sure. We just take the Draw Scorpion, right?
I think we take the Draw Scorpion or the Elf Replica. One of the two.
You'll take the Draw Scorpion. I like it if we get certain other cards to go with it. Okay, so I don't mind Wormskin Forger. It is a powerful card. I don't know if we're green or not. Otherwise, we're taking the Mega Mirror. Do we want a cheap drop or a powerful drop at the top end?
I think we want Omega Mirror.
Alright, so I want to take Thoughtcast.
Yes, definitely Thoughtcast.
Thoughtcast is our payoff card, by the way. It makes me think that Affinity's open.
I don't know. I don't know if Affinity being open even matters. Like, I don't know what we're getting for playing Affinity.
I hope hopefully we can pick up some Togs. Because we do have 3 artifact lands. And
Okay.
they are strong.
If we can get in a Tog, then we'll probably be alright.
But the Togs are common, too. Okay, so You take my fabricate.
So yeah, fabricate
For
for
the
the
sideboard.
clockwork would have been fine too.
Do we have a gauntlets already?
We already have the gauntlets and 2 scimitars.
Okay,
So-
let's take this guy for our sideboard.
Now I think we need more creatures.
We definitely do. Let's go put this over because I'd rather not play it. Alright, so the end of pack. Okay, let's go and take our talisman.
Yeah.
This also opens us up to play more expensive cards if we need to. Which I don't see any expensive cards I'm excited about playing other than Arcslogger right now. But there are plenty of expensive cards, and this format is not particularly fast. And we have a Myr and 2 talismans. I'd rather have 2 Myrs and a talisman, but
Yeah. Hoping it comes together on this last pack. I think we take Mirror Enforcers very highly on this last pack.
well, we can cast them very easily. We have
We have a lot of artifacts.
3 artifact lands as well. And that is a decent bit. If we had 1 or 2 more, we could very consistently have turn 1 artifact land. Droth Harvester. Okay, that looks good. I like Blade Warden, Domineer, Spell Bomb, Blinding Beam. We could take Vault.
So at this point,
We could take our 4th land.
I think we want the Mirror or the Blade Warden. I thought we were going to try to stay out of white, but that's fine if we go into white. I mean,
Yeah,
we
we
do
can-
already have the Sky Hunter, so...
Yeah, we don't have that many colored cards, so it's fine either way we go. So, which one do you think you want? Blade Warden, Myr, Vault of Whispers, Pirate, Spellbomb.
I think we can probably get the Vault on the wheel.
This is a more powerful card. This is a more mana creating card. We can pick up more expensive cards if we pick up this.
Well, I don't think there are any expensive cards we're going to play, though.
Okay. We could play the Slagworm.
Could we?
It's basically fucking unstoppable. It's basically unstoppable, and we can put enough brain in our deck. We can play 1 Dozen Eyes or play the Slagworm. The only other card I would even consider here is Great Furnace, and play the Slagworm is unbeatable if we can cast it.
Okay. Try it.
Um,
I mean, we do have a lot of ramp to get to it.
yeah. And I've heard that there's literally only 1 card in the set that answers that's not a creature. It's just Barter and Blood.
Yeah.
And the Wrath. There's 2 cards, a rare and uncommon. There's no answers to this 8/8 hexproof.
Now, besides blocking with a bunch of creatures.
Alright, so Betrayal of Flesh is very strong, and the next card I would consider picking is Pirate Spellbomb or Vault of Whispers. This is a kill a creature and return a creature to the battlefield.
Yeah, that's very powerful.
Sure. I don't think we got the payoff for Affinity, so I want to play strong cards now that I have all this other stuff.
Yeah, it's not looking like we did.
We didn't see them.
I mean, we still haven't seen every pick of this pack, so...
It's true. We could have had 2 more Vault card type cards. There's another Frogmite.
Okay, so we could take March of the Machines. I mean...
It kills our lands,
It does.
and then we get a bunch of 1/1s.
Oh, there's the Tooth, actually. The Tooth is probably the best card. It's probably better than the Frogmite.
Okay. We really need like an Atog or something. We
Yeah,
have.
we
a lot
hope the
more
Frogmite wheels.
It probably will.
And we do need an Atog. Hopefully it's in the pack. This feels really bad, but it is one of the archetypes. It's one of the main archetypes of the set.
It
So-
is. I'm just not familiar with it, and
I think us not being familiar with it is hurting us a lot. So the Clockwork Beetle, no, not good enough.
we take the Scimitar or the
It's a
War
battlefield
Elemental.
sacrifice on this one is dealt damage this turn.
I'd rather not play
I
it,
don't
it's
want
just
to play
triple
that guy. So we either take the 3rd Scimitar.
I don't think we should. I think I'd rather play the first Gloves than the 3rd Scimitar, even if I have to move it around.
Okay.
Since we're green, let's pick a green card.
Let's go with protection from artifacts then. Just
Well, we can't equip those then.
well,
We can take the Draw Scorpion.
we could.
Sure. What's the Scepter worth? Nothing.
Okay. Whenever artifact creature enchant.
Nah, just switches stuff
Nope,
around.
we don't need that. Isochron Scepter, is it worth playing? Probably not.
No.
Oh, I actually heard that Goblin Striker was pretty good, I thought.
Sure.
Just because it has first strike.
It would be good with a lot of our cards. So it looks like we're a red-green deck that splashes just a little bit of blue.
Yep, so there's the Trample guy.
I heard the Trample guy's great.
Okay.
I don't see anything else I want to play.
Not really, no.
I think we're just green-red, and we'll have just a little bit of blue and a little bit of white.
Yeah. Just for the activations and the Thoughtcast, right?
Yeah. All right.
I don't even think we'll play the Fabricate.
Fabricate gets land colors. It's land fixing.
We can take the Draw Scorpion or the Chosen.
Let's put the Chosen on the sideboard for the matches where we need it. I'm gonna let you finish up. I'll be right back.
Let's see. None of these are particularly great. So I'm going to add this to the sideboard. Creatures 14. Let's go ahead and add this one. Not sure we're playing these, but I'm going to stick them in there and we'll cut them in a minute. This is a very long wait. Trample. Sideboard. 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 All right. So here are the spell bombs. I don't think we're playing, so probably not playing white or black or blue, are we?
Not as a main color.
I think the game's still messed up. Alright.
It looks like we have plenty of cards.
It does look like we have plenty of cards. Okay, we'll put these in here in a second.
So, okay, we should be playing the Pirate Spellbomb for sure.
Yeah. Alright, so we've got, let's sort by color. Let's sort by converted mana cost. How about that?
So let's look if we can cut a color. We could cut the Blade Warden. I think the Blade Warden is the worst card. And it wants to be played early, and we don't have an easy way to get white.
I agree with that.
I'd like to play the Fabricate, because it'll get our black and our blue land. In addition to just getting a creature. Okay. So now we need to make cuts.
Alright, so we'll probably want to go down to 17 land for the Affinity deck, right?
We have a lot of expensive cards. But yeah, we're going to run 17 lands. Good Affinity decks run less than that. So let's move our guys where they actually belong. Frogmite is a 3-drop.
Well, I guess we can put these here. And Talismans. Pirate.
We have 2 pirate spell bombs, which I think is a big plus. So we have good removal.
And we got those really late too.
All right, and we can move the creeping mold down.
The creeping mold, yes.
And the thought cast, and the fabricate, and the betrayal of flesh. Okay, fabricate as well. So we have 15 creatures. So I do not want to cut any of our creatures really.
Yeah, in fact, 15's probably fine.
Yeah, it is. So I think that we should either cut the tooth or an equipment.
So I think the tooth is going to help all of our cards in the... You mean the gauntlets?
Probably. I think I'd rather have scimitars than gauntlets. I mean, what do we have that pays off the gauntlets?
We have the one... Nope, we don't have any of the vigilance guys this time.
We have the spike shot goblin and the goblin striker.
Yep.
Spike shot goblin shoots for 5 with that.
Yeah, so...
But you have to move it.
Yeah.
It's fine with the draw scorpion.
It's very mana intensive.
Let's go with draw scorpion. I think that's really it. And defensively. So I think we drop the gauntlets. We can pull it in if we think... We could run 1 scimitar, 1 gauntlets, but I'd rather
I
have...
think the scimitars are better.
I'd rather have the scimitars because it plays well with a couple of our creatures, and the tooth can go to any creature instant speed, which I think is a big plus. If we're playing against people that have more toughness killing things, we can sideboard the tooth out if need be.
Yeah, I don't know how much I like the draw scorpions. They're basically just a 3-1 for 4.
Yeah, they're artifacts. Would you rather run the Volshock Berserker over the draw scorpion? I don't want to go down to 14 creatures.
I don't want to take out artifacts either.
Okay, so let's go back to the bottom because that's where we have to make our cuts.
That's a good point.
We can cut talismans.
I think we need the talisman though.
I think we cut the Talisman of Progress and run the Talisman of Dominance because it's it's both of our splashes. So we cut the white one. I mean, the white one only... Oh, scroll back up. Let's see if we have a creature that's better than a 1/3. Do we have any elf replicas to replace the soldier replica with?
I think we're already playing our elf replica. Oh, we didn't take it.
Okay. That's fine. None of the rest of those are playable.
Nope. Wow.
Yeah, no. I'd rather run a 1/3 for 3 than a 1/1 for 1. And I don't want to run the Lumen Grid because blue is our splash. We could cut Fabricate because it does get us our black source, but it is a blue card, and there's no artifact that I'm excited to get.
Yeah, except for the lands.
Right. Okay. So we need to make... Well, we have a dominant... Yeah, we only have 1 talisman.
We probably need to make 1 more cut. And it probably needs to be something down here.
We could cut Creeping Mold and put back in the talisman. Or we could cut Thoughtcaster Betrayal of Flesh and put back in the talisman. I like the power on Thoughtcast and Betrayal of Flesh.
That's true.
But Creeping Mold is an answer to any artifact. Let's look how much removal we have. We have Spike Shot.
We have Betrayal of Flesh, Creeping Mold,
Pirate
possible Pirate Spell Bombs,
and Spike Shot. So we've got
Spike
1,
Shot
2, 3, 4, 5.
So I would like to get the gauntlets back in the
6.
deck.
Arc Slugger as well. What are the gauntlets good on?
Well, they're good on basically any of our creatures.
No. They have to be good on it because it's a lot of mana to move it back and forth.
Yeah, it is a whole lot of mana.
Like, you're going to be spending your whole turn to untap a creature if you're using the gauntlets.
That's
So
true.
they either have to have vigilance or they have to be a blocker. Or they can be on Draw Scorpion, which will untap whenever a creature dies. Like, Draw Scorpion works well with the gauntlets. I think that's it. Or Draw Scorpion works with any of the gauntlets, obviously. Like,
yeah,
you put the gauntlets...
Well, other artifacts dying.
Yeah,
theirs.
you put it the gauntlet on your on your Frogmite, and then you attack with the Frogmite, and then you block with something else. Your artifact dies, you untap the Frogmite, or you play the Pirate Spell Bomb, kill something of theirs, etc. We could cut the Betrayal of Flesh. It's Arc Slogger's worth getting back. Fangren Hunter's worth getting back. And
yeah, we can always play it in the sideboard. It is super powerful, but it is the odd man out, I guess.
I mean, I don't mind playing it.
Just don't know what else I want to cut.
It's
And this really high drop without affinity seems right. even though it is unconditional removal.
Well, we have 17 lands. We're not a true affinity deck. That's the problem.
Yeah.
We have a curve. Our curve goes to 7.
Yeah, the Slagworm.
We only have 2 sources unless we run swamps for the betrayal. But so, do you want to cut creeping? For me, it's either creeping mold or betrayal. But we're going to be able to cast creeping mold because we're going to run enough forests to have double green.
And then to have triple green.
Right, and the Fangren Hunter. So, like, for me, I would like to keep the double green card in because there's no cost to us.
Yeah, I guess we wouldn't have to play black if we cut the betrayal. Or any black lands, I mean.
Other than the Vault. I mean, we're going to anyway. We're going to play Talisman of Dawn, the Vault of Whispers. But yeah, we can go ahead and cut that.
It's unfortunate.
Alright, let's pull in all 3 of our lands.
Alright.
Add basics.
Alright, so it's recommending 7, 6, and 1.
We should run 1 island to go with our Silvermere. Talisman island is 3 sources, which is plenty.
That seems right. Unless it's too many...
And that's 7 sources of red, 7 sources of green, which seems fine.
Okay. Add to deck.
Alright, so what can we change to make this deck better? This deck just doesn't look that good. And it doesn't look terrible. Like when
we are playing a couple of really good cards. Arc Slogger, Plated Slagworm are both really good cards.
Okay,
we didn't need to draft Affinity to play them.
Yeah, that's my thing. It's like we ended up playing Affinity, but we would have just been better off taking
good cards.
Green and red cards, and we're just not there. And like,
yeah, maybe this deck is just not for us. Maybe we need to do more research before we try to draft it.
Well, it's a synergy-based deck, and if you just don't open the right incentives...
Now, I wonder if playing the scales are worth it and cutting something else.
The scales are so low impact on the board. I don't feel comfortable doing that.
Alright.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and submit that and call that what it is.
Hopefully it's good enough.
Swap real quick. I will say I like that it's a mid-range deck. I'm comfortable with these kind of decks. A lot of our losses come from just kind of stalling out, and having more powerful cards means that we'll stall out less.
That's true. We would like to play first.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I'll keep this. It's fine.
Yeah, sure. Red Pirate Spellbomb. Followed by land Silvermere. Oh no, probably shouldn't play the Pirate Spellbomb.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait. I'm just gonna...
Don't skip through our entire turn.
I'm gonna play the Silvermere into an early Arc Slogger and tell it to answer a 4/5. And
that seems like a good play.
I mean, the problem is we lose to the really, really...
That is so funny.
That's fine. They can spend their turn killing our Silvermere.
I don't know if we should have given them the chance to do that.
We have better targets than a Mer, so yeah. Oh, and they're mana screwed.
Oh, nice.
No, they're not anymore.
Yeah.
The only reason I played that is I want to kill their Mer if they play a Mer.
That makes sense.
They would not have cycled the Spellbomb if they needed anything else. I will not Creeping Mold their land, however, unless they miss a land drop.
Well, they missed the land drop.
Alright, I have a new plan.
So instead of wait, you can play the mountain and the Arc Slogger, or you can play the forest and the Creeping Mold. Which one do you want?
I want to keep him off 2 mana, because keeping him off 2 mana means he'll never get to 3.
Okay. Do it.
Alright. We're bad people now, Brad.
We've gone there. We've in fact gone there. And now we're going to follow it up by punching him in the face for 1.
Now we need to quickly get down our Arc Slogger and our Draw Scorpion. I think it's a bad play if we don't have big creatures. Because
we are.
Right, we are. They could claw back into the game, right? If we just sat there and waited long enough.
Yeah, so they just passed. So.
Oh yeah, so we're going to attack.
Yes, and then you're going to play the Arc Slogger. You're not going to F6 through the rest of the turn or anything.
Right.
And I'm sure they're cursing us and themselves and Magic and the Shuffler.
They kept a 1-land hand with a Spellbomb. That's not an appropriate hand to keep. You deserve to lose when you keep one land hand.
Well, they might have kept a 2-land hand.
Oh, hey, they're affinity.
Yeah.
Wow, and they're better affinity than us.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, well, with them being affinity, I'd like to pull in my Telha Jog Chosen. And I think that's it. What do I... Oh, I have another 2-drop. I'll drop the Soldier Replica. Would you rather just drop a 4-drop? Would you rather just drop, like, a Draw Scorpion or a Berserker?
So, I don't know. It's hard to say because...
Their creatures are going to be bigger than ours. This only stops the Frog Mites.
Yeah, okay.
That's my only thought. I mean, I don't mind dropping a more expensive card.
True.
We could drop a prototype, but if the game goes long, I would like to have bigger
you're right.
stuff.
Alright.
Let's double check to make sure there's nothing else on me.
Well, we can play Leveler.
Yeah, no. One of the considerations, if we think they're very aggressive, is we could play
Sunbeam Spellbomb if we think they're super aggressive.
We could play Volshot Gauntlets because it's a good defensive card.
Oh yeah, do it. We should definitely play Gauntlets against them. I don't know what we want to take out. Because we're going to try to get bigger than them, right?
Yeah. Alright, so for me, I'd either like to drop the Talisman or the Scimitar, just because their creatures are so big.
So are we going to be racing them, or are we going to try to be going mid-range?
We're just going to go bigger than them.
Okay, so drop the Talisman. That'll make us go slower, but bringing in the Gauntlets, that might work. Let's try it. I really like Volshot Gauntlets.
It has a very high cost. Okay.
It's not great.
It's fine. I am going to play the turn 1 Spellbomb this time because it looks like our curve's a little bit more full. Because we have a 2-drop, and we could be in a situation where... don't tell me about that stuff.
Oh, yeah. I should have closed that.
I'll go ahead and do that now. Will that open on the right side or left side?
No, it'll open on the wrong side of the board, so...
Okay, we'll just go ahead and wait then. Alright, I'm going to F6. And, I mean, I actually really like this now. Now we just need to get lands. We need to make the game go long. It'll be fine.
Punch him. He has haste.
Basically, the only way that this can go very poorly is if
we don't draw lands.
If we don't draw lands.
Which is probably what's going to happen.
Well, we only have to draw 2 more lands to be really good.
I knew that was going to be a Frogmite. Oh, wow. A double Frogmite.
There's your lands.
Well, you should probably just kill one of the Frogmites.
Sure. Let's kill it now so they can't affinity easier. Alright, and we'll have 6. If we see any artifacts, we may want to pull in some of our other artifact hit cards. And see, one of the reasons I'm so sad we went affinity, obviously this player was the main affinity player, and we didn't see the payoff cards, and we didn't know that we couldn't tell that it wasn't open because we just weren't that aware. Because if we had some deconstructs and other cards, you know, I could have...
We'd be wrecking them, yeah.
Yeah, we could do multiple things. That said, it doesn't look like they're doing too terribly much. Yeah.
Alright, so do we trade with this card?
Yeah. Because if the game goes longer, we win.
Oh, okay.
I'll trade with either of his cards. I don't really care. We don't have enchantments, and, you know, a 2-2 is a 2-2.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you have to?
No.
Oh, you what? Oh, okay. You just have to select a valid target, and then you said no.
Yeah.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so they can play 4/4s. That would be our real problem. They could play a 4/4.
Yep.
They did not. Let's play another Draw Scorpion.
I think we should play the haste guy, shouldn't we?
We're not attacking. Which would you rather die?
Oh, okay.
I'd rather play the Draw Scorpion just because if he plays a Myr, our...
Right, attack for 1. Don't forget.
Yeah, I guess we're definitely not blocking. That's a really good point. I'd rather him kill our draw Scorpion because the value of the Berserker's higher, in my opinion.
So that guy is going to be good. As soon as
okay.
we get a land, but we've missed 5 turns without getting a land.
Sure, he can spell bomb our guy.
He will.
He should. That was interesting.
That was interesting. Okay, so now we don't want the 2/2. We want the 4/4.
Yeah, let's attack for 3 first.
Yeah, attack for 3.
Well, then he can attack us back. But that's fine.
But he can't attack us back. We're about to play 4/4.
With the spell bomb, he can trade the spell bomb.
He'll throw the pirate spell bomb at that guy.
I think I'd let it hit me.
You have a spell bomb. We've not shown you anything. It's kind of up in the air if I'd let it hit me or not. It's impressive.
It's fine. I'm actually fine trading my Hunter and his spell bomb for a card.
I think you just let him hit us, and then we hit him for 4+3.
Oh, for 5. Yeah. It's true. They probably won't attack.
Well, even if they do attack, that's good for us. Oh, so they drew a card again, right?
I'm trying to draw relevant spells. I'm just not impressed. This guy has a really good version of this deck, and it just doesn't seem impressive. We're a motley crew of mid-range cards, and it's just not working out well for him.
Yeah. So it's a 1/4.
You can make it a 3/4.
Okay. So let's see. We have 6 mana, right?
Let's go ahead and play the prototype. You want to attack? You can trade this card for
He can trade 2 cards. It's +2/+0. It's a 4/4.
Well, we only have 4 power. He double blocks, trades our Fangren Hunter, loses his Golem, keeps his Frogmite, and then we get through this damage. We probably don't.
Okay, play the prototype, but I think you should attack with a 4/4.
Alright, let's attack with a 4/4 then first. And then we'll play the prototype. So you're willing to trade the Golem for the 4/4?
I believe so.
Well, we don't get that option.
You just took it?
Yep.
Alright, well that's even better. I didn't think you would take it, but that is better.
I would have gone with the trade.
I would have gone with the trade too. I didn't think he would take it.
I don't know what's in his hand. I don't think he's made any bad plays. We don't know
what he's played.
Yeah.
Why he's played the way he has. Because I would have taken that trade. Like, I don't know. He's not trying for the crackback because we have too many dumb blockers we don't care about throwing away.
Oh, they had something expensive to play.
A 5/5 with Entwine?
No, just a 5/5.
Oh, okay.
Which is not good enough.
Well, not if we draw a land right here. Alright. 5/5 meet 8/8.
Okay, well, we also don't have a particularly great attack. They can trade
He doesn't have any great attacks.
1 attack for our attack. The one thing I do like is that the Mirror prototype actually is quite good and will grow. And as soon as it's a 5/5, I'll start attacking with it because it costs us mana, and I'll keep attacking with it.
So he can double block and kill our hexproof guy.
Yes.
But
So we are going to.
if he double blocks and kills the hexproof guy,
we just kill his 5/5, and he has a 4/4 and a 2/2. We're gonna wait until this is a 5/5, and then we're gonna attack with our 5/5.
okay. What I'm saying is, could we play the haste guy and just swing all out?
4. So we'd have to pay 2. So it'd be 3, 4. That's 3. So that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So he double blocks this. We kill his 5/5. We kill his 2/2. He kills our 3/1. He takes 8.
What
9,
if we
10,
play
11. Okay, he can't do that. So
What if we play the Frogmite?
I think he's actually dead. I think you're right.
He's got 2 cards in hand.
Well, Even if that happens, he loses his board, and we have a big board. So I actually like that play quite a bit.
Okay. The other option is to play the Frogmite, and don't play the Frogmite now because you won't be able to attack.
Yeah.
But if you played the Frogmite this turn and the Haste guy next turn, then your guy would be a 5/5 instead of a 4/4.
I think
because right now his 5/5 eats your 4/4, his 2/2 each blocks your hexproof guy, his 1/4 blocks your 3/1, and he takes 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's not very good. But our 8/8 doesn't die, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So that's the attack he has to, the blocks he has to make. We have an 8/8, and what does he have?
Nothing.
He has a 5/5, right?
Yeah.
And he's a
nothing important.
His 4/4.
Now, can he pump that thing multiple times? No, he only has 1 red mana.
So this kills this. This chumps this. He does 3 and trades with this. So he takes 4,
5, 6, 7, 8.
8.
Yeah, that's not very good for him. Alright, go. And then you have to pay 2. And then next turn we get to drop a Frogmite because we can.
I guess. I mean, he's dead. We'll have too many creatures on board. Unless he has a Wrath.
Well, if he has a Wrath, we're going to lose this game anyway. Affinity deck with a Wrath? Who does that?
His Wrath is it's the over-under Wrath. He'll be dead anyway because it's a 4 or larger or 3 or less.
Yeah, he'll be dead either way.
I do think your blocks are right, because my initial blocks were killing this one, but that kills him. So he can't do that block. He can't double block.
Yeah, you definitely kill the 4/4 that's going to be a 5/5 next turn for free.
Right.
Now, if he has a combat trick, everything could go downhill for us. Except that he's still double blocking to kill the hexproof guy. So he will lose that 5/5.
If he has something that gives +4/+4, then he just kills our hexproof guy. But then our guy still grows. We still have a grower guy, and he still can't attack.
Yeah, I mean, there's a group of cards he could have that would work.
He has to have 2 cards, and they both have to be combat tricks.
Yeah, I mean, there's a large amount of cards that could work, but
I don't think
we're really putting him on having him right now. So we'll see. What happened?
He did grab the reins. You gain control of target card.
Oh, okay.
But it just wasn't
He
enough.
grabbed one of the reins, but they're already tapped. He would have had to do that in response.
Yeah.
Okay, so we did it.
All right, so I've got good news, guys. The whole set's out. Now we're going to go into a more in-depth covering of all the constructed level cards and stuff. But I just wanted to bring up a couple of the cards that I was pretty impressed with. And the first one I want to talk about is a card I think may see some play in Affinity. It might not. I'm not saying for sure it's either way. But a card why is this not translated?
They do that sometimes.
Wow, that's weird.
You can click on it and it'll be translated, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, there. That's annoying.
Yeah, I don't know why they do that. I guess because they want the high-quality pictures of the cards.
I guess so. I'm going to go to this other place where things are translated properly. And I want to... You know what? We can do the Wizards one.
Is it the full spoiler?
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know why they haven't updated that.
Alright, let me scroll down to this. It is the new Warping Whale. And it's a 1 and a colorless. And it has... Well, you guys can't read it here. Now you can read it. 3 different modes. Choose one. Exile target creature with power or toughness 1 or greater or 1 or less. Now, in Modern, which is where I want to talk about this primarily, let's think of some cards with 1 power or less. Vendilion Click.
Toughness 1 or less.
Alright, so me and Brad are going to go back and forth. Vendilion Click.
Oh, so these are power or toughness 1 or less.
Things that Warping World stops in Modern that are relevant. Vendilion Click.
Well, in Affinity, it stops almost everything.
Well,
against the mirror match, kills almost everything.
Okay, so you're just picking Affinity in general. Dark Confidant.
Ooh. Banned in Modern. All I can think of is ban cards, Dan.
Goyf.
Only... No.
On the first 2 turns?
Because as soon as you cast that, it becomes 1 bigger.
Yeah, alright.
So that's not a good example.
No, you're right. It's not. Snapcaster.
Man, you should have told me about. We're supposed to set this up.
What's a little Pyro Man? What's the 2/1 that whenever you cast a spell?
Young Pyromancer?
Young Pyromancer. Yeah, so there's a ton of them, right? There's a lot. It is a format full of 1 power and 1 toughness creatures. I think that Warping World, I think that ability as a relevant ability. Like,
Warping Whale. Yeah.
Warping Whale. I know at first it looks underwhelming, right? If I just told you that ability before I listed all those cards, you probably would have been like, well, there's not that many. The big one for Affinity is it also kills Kataki.
Well, and it kills everything in Affinity pretty much. So
yep,
it can be used in the mirror match.
Infect, stops Infect. It stops a lot of different cards. So that mode of it is not the main mode you play it for, but it is a powerful effect in Modern. The decks that would look to use this are non-blue decks, by the way. Affinity, Tron, any sort of deck that needs that. Most importantly, that want to counter a sorcery spell. Discard, Wrath effects, Major Artifact Kill. All of those are sorcery spells only. And that stops both of them. It stops some relevant creatures. I would say probably, if we actually counted the relevant creatures in Modern, it's probably going to be like a third. It'll probably be a really, really big list. We can check it in a second and kind of just look over some of the top lists. Like in some, like Abzan, I don't think it's going to be great because other than Dark Confident, Abzan tends to be a very toughness and power-oriented format.
Power and toughness.
Yeah, but a lot of the other colors don't swing both ways on that. Stops both twin creatures. Wow, that's a good point, Blob. That's an excellent point.
Yeah.
That is.
And that's a hard matchup for Affinity. So I've heard a lot of people don't know how to play that deck.
If Warping Whale becomes a common card in Modern, I think that Teamer Twin with the one blue-green guy that untaps a creature, will become much more popular because it doesn't lose to Warping Whale, even if it's just a 1-up.
That's true.
That's a great
That might be true because you have to pay colors to play it.
Yeah. I mean,
and so not many decks can actually play it.
So let's say they want to play Warping Whale. Let's say that you're building your deck, and you have a slot. Your filter lands, your pain lands, they all talk for colorless, and there are probably other sources we're not thinking about. But if you felt it was worth to run colorless, you could make it happen. Not saying it's the main thing.
I think you'd be playing worse lands overall, though.
It just depends on how many of these type cards you want. Now, just talking about Warping Whale right there. The 1/1 is fine. It's a blocker. It's a potential mana source if you absolutely have to get to the next mana. I think that's the least important ability overall. But,
so I don't know how often you're going to counter a sorcery spell either.
Okay, well, you know what we need to do? We need to look up the decks in Modern and look up the best decks and see how it competes with those. That's the most fair thing to do. So, Modern. Let's start with Splinter Twin.
Well, Splinter Twin is going to have a lot.
Alright, so Snapcaster, Deceiver Exarch, Pestermite, it kills their entire deck as far as creatures are concerned.
That's,
Now, these are all instants, or cards I would rather not counter, right?
What's Pika and Kieran in their sideboard? What is that?
It's the 4/4 that makes the guys. It makes them a control deck.
Ah, okay.
Counters Anger of the Gods, counters Thoughtseize, counters Shatterstorm. And the rest of these are instants. This is a very instant-heavy deck. But it kills all the creatures.
So I wasn't on board with you until you reminded me that Shatterstorm and the green one, Creeping Corrosion, Corrosive, whatever it's called, are both sorceries, and Affinity insta-loses to both of those.
Yep, and it stops the little guy there too. Alright, so it stops all of their creatures. Like, the whole deck. Except for Edge Champion.
Yeah, and sometimes you play the one that has power and toughness equal to the number of artifacts you control. It wouldn't stop that one generally.
And if you're playing some sort of weird deck that would want to stop Whip Flare, but yeah, you're not playing this card specifically for Affinity.
It's never going to be cast against Whip Flare, so.
But here's the thing about it. This card is a versatile card. It's a charm. It's Eldrazi charm, essentially.
Well, it's good for Affinity in that it's good in the mirror match because you need spells in the mirror match.
Right.
But it's also good against all the other stuff you're bad against.
And that's the trick of a charm. It needs to be good in a lot of different places. We looked at the top two decks, and let's say that you had Warping Whales, one main board, and some in your sideboard because of whatever your deck needed. Well, we looked at the top two decks, and I would be happy to bring it in against either of these decks so far.
Yeah.
So I'll give a check mark for those first two. Let's go to the third deck. Let's go to Tron.
Let's see, Tron.
Spell Sky may or may not matter.
Mm.
And then I think it's actually very bad against Tron. If you're an aggressive deck, it does counter the Pyroclasm.
Which is actually very good. Sylvan Scrying also counters, so you can keep them off Tron. Not the best thing to do.
And you can make a 1/1. This is the most relevant match for the 1/1 because you can make the 1/1, block their Wormcoil Engine, sacrifice in response.
They do no damage, they do no trample.
They do trample, but this doesn't have trample.
Oh, it doesn't trample. It lifelink death touch.
That's it. I think it's. I would probably not play this from the board.
You would need to actually. Their Pyroclasm end you.
If you're a pirate, if you're a deck that plays that, yeah.
So.
All right, let's look at Abzan. I like it against Carfadant. I think that's really it.
So
it's good against their discard if you're a combo deck. Like, let's say you're playing Tron.
Then it's good.
It's good against Dark Confidant. It's good against Thoughtseize. It's good against Lingering Souls if you really need to stop something. It's good against Maelstrom Pulse. So they have some sorceries. It's not amazing, but it's fine. But if I'm a Tron deck, I'd probably play it to protect my combo. It stops discard.
That's really impressive.
All right, let's go to Burn. It's probably going to be bad here.
There's a decent amount
it's good against
sorcery.
Lavamancer, Swift Spear. Although I would not often play it against Swift Spear because it'll often they'll play something in response.
Yeah, if they're bad enough they're tapping out, you're probably fine.
Well, they have Lava Spike, and sometimes other versions have other sorceries, but I don't think it's great there. If you didn't have other cards, it would be fine, but not exceptional.
Yeah, it's not great.
Let's look at Jund.
It's probably not going to get too much against Jund, except the Dark
Confidant. And the removal spells. And discard.
The discard spells, yeah. The removal spells are usually instants.
Well, like Maelstrom Pulse. If you're, again, let's say you're Tron. Tron, Affinity, or like the Black-White Eldrazi deck.
So it kills most of Infect's creatures?
Doesn't Infect run colorless lands as well? Yeah.
Yeah, and so it kills most of Infect's lands and creatures when they enter.
And Infect can play it if they want to.
Ooh.
It kills all of their creatures, actually.
They can't play it very well, though. They produce generally colored mana. I mean, look at their lands.
Yeah.
So they actually have the Nexus, though, to produce colorless.
Right, and there's...
And does Spindlehaven tap for green, or is it tap for colorless?
It taps for green. I mean, this is one of the decks that could easily run Yamamayakos. They don't care if they run Breeding Pool or not. The fetching part isn't as important if they needed to run colorless. Because they're not going to play a long time. That said,
is impressive. I was not on board until just now.
Alright, so it's actually not very good except for just against the creatures. Let's look at the next deck. Bloom. I don't think it'll be too good against Bloom, except...
Isn't their main card a sorcery?
Sorcery, yep. Summer Bloom. That said, I'm not one to usually speculate on bannings, but there's been a lot of push for Amulet Bloom to be banned, so this would not be a deck I would be investing in.
Yeah.
Gets rid of the Azusa, too.
No.
Azusa.
Nice.
Ancient Stirrings.
There's a lot of cards going to go down in price if this deck gets banned.
Sleight of Hand.
Because
Summer Bloom.
You can't play Primeval Titan and basically anything else.
I should get rid of my Primeval Titans.
It's totally banned in...
EDH.
It's totally banned in EDH. No one plays it in Legacy. So...
Alright, let's go ahead and ignore is Motherfucker a real deck?
3%
3% of the mana. Okay, well it kills most of the creatures.
No, it doesn't kill very many of the creatures, actually.
Actually, no. It kills 2, but the one
well, most of the time you run out the...
Wow, it's awful against them.
Most of the time you run out the Lords, though, so it's not really going to kill those.
Wow, it's really bad against Merfolk, which is fine.
Company, it doesn't kill very many things that are important.
It kills the Seers.
Well, it kills the Seers, the Noble Hierarchs, and the Birds.
The Spell Skites, the Wall of Roots, the Eternal Witness, the Fiend
Hunter. It kills
Hunter.
a lot of the junk, but...
you can respond to the trigger for Murderous Redcap or Kitchen Finks to interrupt their combo. Because it's an instant and it exiles it.
No, you can't, because Malira says it doesn't get a counter. It doesn't say...
No. Like, if they have them out and they're going to sacrifice it again or use something ability there.
Oh, the combo involves them never getting a counter.
Right. So. If they have the combo pieces out. But let's say that they played the Murderous Redcap or something, and they plan to get it back with a Kitchen Fink or with a Eternal Witness or something. You can just get rid of it permanently. If you can kill it once, it'll come back, and then you can exile it.
Yeah, it's a roundabout way. I probably wouldn't side it in against this deck.
No, but if I had one on my main board, I'd be happy with it.
I'd be alright with it. I mean, because if you kill one of their combo pieces early or one of their mana ramps early, you might slow them down enough to beat them.
Kills Jace.
That's impressive.
It's not very good against this deck, though.
I've never even heard of Painful Truths. Is that a new card?
It's a Converge card. It's pretty good. It's actually sees play in Legacy and Vintage as a one-of. just because paying 3 and drawing 3 is a good effect. I wouldn't say it's like a tier 1 card and multiples, but a lot of decks play 1 because of how powerful it is, especially in Monastery Mentor decks or their decks. Okay, so the black-white Eldrazi deck, we'll actually go over this quite a bit.
Oh, I can't wait to see this get powered
This
up.
deck is going to go from where it's at now, which is
meh,
okay, to I think it'll be a tier 1 deck until the rest of the decks get better. The Modern is always becoming stronger and stronger. But, some decks get stronger faster than others. It's why Burn, even though Burn is always getting stronger, at different times has been a tier 1 deck and all the way down to a tier 2 deck. It really, just with the resurgence of things like Monastery Swiftspear and the Eidolon of Great Revel, retook its place as a very solid choice in Modern and an okay choice in Legacy.
So one thing people are irritated about currently is Inquisition of Kozilek's price in paper. So if you want to click over to paper.
Yeah. There's nothing they can do about it other than print it in specialty product.
The only thing they can do about it is cry, yes. Okay, so I'm hearing they're $25 a piece. This hasn't been updated. Or my sources are wrong. So I'm hearing they've reached $25 a piece. That's absurd.
We can check on Star City Games. This will give us the high price, of course, but it'll give us a very updated one. And then hopefully our match will start soon. Wait, is this their shop?
Yeah, it's always the shop.
Inquisition of Kozilek.
So notice the restock alerts?
Yeah.
So it'll probably be $25 when it's restocked. So
I'm super sad I got rid of my foil.
So I really thought they would have reprinted them more than just in the Modern event decks.
They should reprint them a more specialty product. It should be a reprint in the Modern Masters. Probably will be in the next one. Okay, so that's all the way down to the main ones there. Was there anything else missing? I think Ad Nauseam and the Scape Shift decks are worth looking at.
I think Lantern Control is worth looking at, but I don't think it's going to be helpful.
Living End. Jeskai Twin is a deck that actually performs well on occasion. I have no idea what White Moon is, but I want to see.
People keep talking about elves, but I don't believe it's a real deck.
Martyr
Ascendant? Isn't that just the Gain a Lot of Life deck?
Yeah, Soul Sisters. Okay, so here we go. It kills their creature stuff. That's fine. And it kills their removal. Their discard.
Nah, not worth playing against them then. Oh, look, they play the Grid.
Yeah, it's good in their deck. It's an alternate win condition.
How long before the next match starts? Do we know?
Probably a while. Yeah, we're just
do
waiting.
not know. Okay, we're waiting on one group.
We're waiting on different matches here, and none of these people
just one group.
Oh, okay, that's good. Jeskai Twin again, all their creatures, and that's it. All their creatures counts for a lot, by the way.
Yeah, I mean it stops some of their Serum Visions and stuff like that, but probably not worth
White
playing.
Moon? White Moon is just a white-based deck that has some control elements. Okay.
And does it have Blood Moon in it?
Yeah. It has Blood Moon, Mainboard, and that kind of stuff.
That's kind of...
Mono Bluetron.
I don't like Mono Bluetron. I don't think it's as good.
I don't either. It's actually doesn't have any targets for this, but I don't think that really matters. The Grizzlebrand decks. I think these are instants.
I like that Borgamos got a deck.
He deserves a deck.
I'm surprised Grizzlebrand didn't go down in price. It was printed as a promo for a long time.
Okay, Martyr Ascendant is the slow version of Soul Sisters, but both of them are fine because they both kill.
What does it do to win? Does it just do Ascendant to win?
It uses Ranger of Eos, Martyr of Sands, and like some of the other slow cards.
What does the Wayfinder do? What does that one do?
It gets a land. This is a slow combo deck. It's
What's
a control
the combo?
deck. It's a control deck. The combo is actually Martyr of Sands for a whole bunch of life over and over and over and over.
How are you doing it over and over and over?
You use things like a Mary of the Sky Rune. Gets you creatures back when you have 7 more planes.
So you literally just sit there and play planes?
You have things like Flat Stones of Turkir to accelerate you slightly. And you have things like Mistville Plains to re-get your cards back over and over. You have cards like Tech Edge.
Oh, Mistville Plains puts the Martyr on top?
You got Wrath and stuff. It's a bad deck against hard combo.
Oh, man. That's a weird thing that you're playing Ugin the Spirit Dragon and stuff.
It's a very slow deck that tries to block people out.
I like Moguls. I think it's a fun deck. you're kind of playing on autopilot, so it's not something I'd want to play in a tournament all day.
It's great against, it doesn't do anything against this deck, obviously.
Yeah,
this deck is basically have Wraths. Actually, Wraths don't even stop it. It's have Sacrifice decks or
No, you just hope they draw poorly, because if they don't, you lose.
Well, you can play Liliana's. Liliana beats it.
Liliana beats it if they don't know how to play. If they know how to play, they'll just stick their second creature on the second turn.
If they have a second creature, the deck doesn't run that many.
Yeah, if they draw right, they should win, though. Like, 2 creatures, bunch of enchantments, they win.
Usually.
And I don't like that because it doesn't seem like it requires much skill
So,
to
okay,
play.
let's say you're playing...
And I can't get better at it.
Let's say I'm playing a Grixis deck, and you play your turn 1 creature, and I was on the play, and I played a red-black source, and then a red-black source, and so it's going to be turn 3. Do you play 2 creatures out into my potential Volcanic Fallout and or other mass removal spells, or do you play 1 creature out into my Liliana?
And you're playing Grixis control?
Yeah, so I can either play a Wrath effect that does 2 or 3 damage to all your creatures, or I can play Liliana. The answer is either play.
Either play is fine, but if you definitely have another creature in your hand, you always play the second creature.
So you play...
Right?
No, because then you definitely lose to my Wrath effect. I do 2 damage, you have no creatures left probably, and then you just have a bunch of stuff in your hand and you're going to lose the game to me that. But
so I think most of the time you would not play the second creature against them because they play an equal amount of Wrath effects that are 2 damage and Liliana's, don't they?
I don't know.
But against most decks, they either have Liliana or they have multi-creature burn. They don't usually have both.
No, not normally.
And a lot of the times, the multi-creature burn is in the sideboard, so you would probably run the second creature out unless it was sideboard matches.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's not hard, though. Whereas Affinity, I have to actually know how to do a bunch of stuff.
Right. Well,
There's a whole chain of things going through my head when I play Affinity. There's, do I have mana, creatures, and enchantments? Keep. Do I not have creatures? Don't keep. You know? That's basically it with that deck.
Well, if you have 1 creature, lands, and an enchantment, and you're game 2 against a black deck, do you mulligan? You know they have Lilianas. Do you try to go for a 6-card hand with 2
probably creatures? Just run it down if you're on the play. Because you play it, you attach something to it, you attach something to it, then they play your Liliana in second, you may have drawn something by then.
So it's just a lot of hoping.
But it really is. That's why I don't play the deck. There's not much strategy. We've explained all of the strategy. I mean...
Some people might disagree, but let's go back into, does Warping Well shine?
No one is disagreeing with me, Dan. Of 7 people in the world, no one is disagreeing with me.
8? I'm here too.
Okay.
Maybe I disagree. Maybe not. But, Warping Whale... I don't think it's actually very good at all against this deck. Wait, is Living End a sorcery? Oh, it is.
Living
it's great.
End is technically a sorcery, yeah.
It's great against that deck. It counters only win condition.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess I wouldn't see that coming playing Living End.
Not the first
but
one.
I got rid of mine.
Guess what is the counters? Scape Shift.
Yeah, weren't we talking about that before? The counter Scape Shift?
So it stops a lot of the main combo decks. I think Ad Nauseam is a sorcery as well. No, it's an instant.
Now, I don't know how often Scape Shift keeps a counter spell up.
Against a colorless deck? Probably never.
Usually you burn basically their whole hand out when I've played them, so probably not. Yeah, so I wasn't on board with Warping Whale. I am now on board with Warping Whale. I'm going to go order me some.
Alright, so
Are we still not ready to play? What?
Nope.
Man.
Let's
Using
see.
all the time.
Yeah. Do we want to look at the Black-White Eldrazi? We want to talk about the Black-White Eldrazi?
Let's talk about it just a little more.
Okay.
Because I hadn't heard of this before a few days ago, because I've been not playing Modern for a while. And this deck looks fun to play.
Alright, so Black-White Eldrazi is a deck that is basically possible due to Eye of Ugin.
And Eldrazi Temple.
Which provides 2 mana, makes Eldrazi cards cost 2 less.
And that one provides 2 mana to cast Eldrazi spells.
Right, and then they run some good black and white cards that play together with it. They run things like Wasteland Strangler in concert with things like Path to Exile, which makes the card more powerful together. So you can run some of these processing cards, and you have an easier way to exile stuff.
So how many cards do they have that get stuff into exile? Let's just go through them. I know they have the 4 paths. 4 paths is a great card.
4 paths?
They also have Relic of Progenitus main board. That is an awesome card for a bunch of reasons. You can just cast Relic of Progenitus, exile it, and draw a card.
Yep.
I mean, you may not get anything with it, but you can filter it if you really don't need it.
Yeah. It's
also, playing Incidental Graveyard Hate is wonderful in a lot of matchups. You'll get an auto resignation from some decks just by doing that. Storm can't win if you play those main board.
Right, and you have Oblivion Sower. You have Ulamog, which is much later, so I wouldn't really consider that as important.
So what's the Sower do? Let's go through this, because...
Oh, Sower is 6 for a 5/8. When you cast it, your opponent exiles the top 4 cards of the library.
You get the lands, right?
Then you put all lands from their exile. So if you played, let's say you're playing a really long game, and you played your Relic
a couple times, you might get all their lands.
Let's say that they, crack a couple fetches, you tap your Relic a couple times, they move their lands out because they don't want your creatures or whatever reason, they think they're getting stuff back or whatever's going on, and then or you pop your Relic, you get a couple fetch lands.
You're not usually playing this really early in the game. You're usually playing the Wasteland Strangler, the removal, and the Hand Hate, right? In the early game.
You can play it as soon as turn 3. You can have a turn 3 5/8.
You could if you got 2 Eldrazi Temples, which are not legendary, and an Eye.
Or 3 Eldrazi Temples.
Yeah, that would work too. Odds of that are pretty low, though. So I noticed there's also 2 Urborgs in the deck, so that means all their lands will tap for black for you. That's really cool.
The Expedition map makes it easier as well.
Ooh. So Expedition map is what Tron uses, so
I'm
not surprised to see it here.
In my mind, this is a lower to the ground version of Tron that has more disruptive elements. Like, just think of this as mid-range Tron, because that's what it is.
This is Eldrazi Tron.
Right.
I mean, that's what it's doing. It's using the Tron idea of get a bunch of mana out really quickly, but it doesn't build Tron to do it.
And if you were going to be a controlling deck, would you rather be green-red or black-white?
Green-red or black? What are you asking this question?
Well, you're a colorless ramp deck.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Colors do you
Tron, you're saying is a control deck. Well, it's really more of a combo deck, but
it tries to control the game.
It tries to control the game by having such powerful spells.
Or the game can go longer with it too. I mean,
I'm never going long with Tron, but
it's because you play Affinity. You can't answer any of their cards. Lots of cards,
and they can't answer any of mine.
Well, yeah, but a lot of decks can answer. The first threat Tron plays. They have to usually play more than one threat.
Yeah. So your point is that Tron is trying to control the board with red and green, whereas I get to control the board with black and white.
Yeah,
which is wonderful.
Right, you got
Liliana of the Veil is I guess what I want to point out first. And here's the best part about the deck: if you don't already own some of these cards, a lot of them aren't expensive.
Right.
You're probably playing the cheapest fetch land, if not the second. Maybe it's the second cheapest.
Wow, Oblivion Sower is a little pricey.
Well, that's because it's in this deck.
Yeah. So let's look at this deck has powerful Eldrazi. Let's look at the powerful Eldrazi coming with the next set and see what they can do. Because right now they're running 6 mana creatures. They probably don't want to necessarily run Oblivion Sower. It's fine, but not great. Say for Blightherder. They'd rather run 4 mana powerful cards that are just colorless, because they can consistently probably play those on turn 2, because they have 6 different lands that produce 2 mana.
So aside from Ulamog and Oblivion Sower, and what's Wasteland Strangler? Is it a rare, common?
Yeah. That was
aside from those cards, I think I have all the pieces to this deck just laying around. I mean, I have 4 Inquisitions.
All right, so let's look at.
Oh, and I don't have the Temples.
Well, we could play this a little cheaper. All right, there's Warden of Geometries. I don't think that's playable. Walker's Waits, no. Thought Not Seer. 3 and a colorless. That provided by just 2 lands. You can play a turn 2, you get a 4/4 Eldrazi.
And you get to rip a card directly out of their hand, and they draw a card later. That is going in this deck.
Yeah. When it comes into play.
Let's start.
I would like to play first. Target opponent reveals their hand. Oh, it's mulligan.
No lands. How annoying. Almost all lands. Also annoying, but we're keeping.
Right. You get a look at their hand. Choose a card. They exile that card. They exile. It doesn't go to the bottom of the land. Let's go to the bottom.
Put on bottom, yes.
And then you get
I think we're going to start with the forest here.
Yeah, definitely.
And then, obviously, the talisman.
What was I saying? Yeah. And when it dies, they get a draw card.
Yeah, but that may never happen.
No, you've got to turn 2 4/4.
Let's see. Talisman. Okay, so you should have actually played the Great Furnace and played the Tooth as well.
That's a good point.
Yeah. It doesn't matter because it'll be...
No, we shouldn't, because this is Flash.
Okay, so next turn, if you play the Great Furnace and the Replica, it'll be free. So...
Right, which is what we want to do, because then we can flash it in to do 1 extra damage whenever we want.
Yeah, okay, so play the Soldier Replica.
Could
and the
Pyrite
Great
Spell
Furnace.
Bomb and kill the Mirrodin. I think I'm going to do that instead.
Okay, that's fine. Alright, wait. Do we want to go ahead and play the Tooth for free right now?
No, my Tooth is a +1.
Alright, so...
So here's how the Tooth works.
You don't want to use it until you can use it. Is what
Yeah, I want to be in combat. I want to block their 2/2 with my 1/3.
And then kill it.
And then kill it.
Especially if we have the first strike.
If you can get a card out of Tooth, it has done so much work. And in fact, we're about to try to do that now.
Wow.
And I'm also kind of sad that I used that bomb. But not super sad, because they could have played a 4/4 that I don't want to see.
Alright, so we want to play the Soldier Replica, right?
No. I want to play my 4/4 and tell them we can race. Because I have a 4/4.
Oh, I figured you'd play the Soldier Replica and then use the Tooth to kill their flyer.
It's fancy, but I'd rather just kill them.
Nah, that seems legit.
I'll play the Soldier Replica next turn, and attack for 4, and then attack for this, and block, and I'll play the Tooth.
Okay, so we'll do the fancy thing after attacking for 4. What is that? Destroy target artifact? Ooh, rough.
Don't really care.
Alright, so Soldier Replica...
Now we're attack first.
Okay, they'll probably just double block. Actually, they may not.
I wouldn't.
Do we have any white mana in our deck?
No.
Okay.
They don't know that, but we know.
Uh-oh.
That's fine. Our 4/4 race their 4/4. I'm surprised they're not attacking with their 2/2.
Into our 1/3?
Yeah, I guess that doesn't make sense. I was just hopeful, really.
Well, we're still going to attack with our 1/3 and then let them... Can we play both? We can play both.
Mhm.
Alright, so attack with everything. And when they block, we kill with the Tooth.
Boop.
Wow, that worked really well.
Yep. Tooth is a good card when you can get a card out of it. And so is Scale. It's just harder to get a card out of Scale. But, you know, you block your 2/2 with their 2/2, play your Scale, tap your Scale. That's fine.
So this is our second match, correct?
Yep. So, alright, so they've got a 4/4 on defense, and I've got
4/4 on attack.
and I'm gonna keep attacking.
Well, it also has trample, so you will get 1.3 with the Tooth. So that's important. 1 for each charge counter on it.
Yeah, it gets bigger each turn by 1.
Oh, okay. So
Makes
now,
it a Sith.
Now we are racing. I mean, we might as well play that, but you should attack first, I guess. Or it doesn't
There's
matter.
the
Just go ahead.
counter.
Go ahead and do it. They're tapped out.
So I do like the Tooth with the Dross Scorpion. Because it means we can do more damage on attack and defense. Also, our opponent's dead next turn unless we're dead this turn.
That's a good point. Getting hit by 4 a couple times will do that to you.
We're at a 3/3, so they'll block here and take 1, 2...
3, 4, 5.
Okay.
Which is death. Unless they have a creature.
And if they have a creature...
It'll probably die.
Wait, did the camera freeze?
The camera, in fact, did freeze. That is weird. It's not the camera. It's either our connection to the internet or this app. So.
Can you guys still hear us?
Oh. It says it's running.
Alright, so I've got an idea.
Alright, well, we've got to respond, so.
Alright, they played a 4-4. That's a really good play.
The camera froze. That's the weirdest thing.
We'll fix that as soon as the match in is.
I can fix it now, so.
Nope. Let's change the stream stuff real quick.
Okay.
Alright. Maybe it
That's
wasn't
weird.
frozen. Maybe it just frozen on our end.
Alright, your turn. Dan. No need to play that land. Alright, so.
We can attack with our 4-4 and our 5-5, and then they can eat one and we can kill one.
4-4. Which one's a 4-4?
This is a 4-4, this is a 3-3. We can make either one bigger, but it doesn't help us. If we attack with our 4-4, he'll block with his 4-4. These will trade.
No.
And then he'll have a 5-5. If we attack with everything, he'll block our 2 biggest creature, and we'll do 3 damage, and he'll be at 1. And then we'll be down 2 creatures. Well, we can trade one. Well, okay.
So if you just attack with a 4-4, he will block it and you'll trample through for 1. Or he'll block it and lose his flyer.
Right.
So that's the best. That's the best thing to do.
But then he'll have a 5-5 left, and we'll have
3 creatures, but he'll be at 3.
If he plays another creature.
So that's bad. But I think still making him lose a creature and us lose a creature is the best move, right?
If we wait 1 turn, we can attack with 2 creatures and trade for both of his creatures and have our creatures back.
Okay, we'll do it that way then.
But we could attack with this. He will trade, and then we'll have 3 creatures left, and one of them will be a 3-3.
One of them will be a 4-4 next turn, though.
Right, and we can make it a 5, and we can trade with this other creature.
Yes.
So do we want to wait a turn, or just attack with 1 creature?
It's up to you. Whichever you think's better. We have a land in our hand. He has no mana, so either one.
Alright, I would like to wait 1 turn, because I don't think he can kill us.
Okay.
And if he attacks, he will die. Unless he can produce mini creatures. Now, this is a bad play if he has a second Mir Enforcer.
Yeah.
But I think it's fine otherwise. That's fine.
What does that one do?
Whenever it becomes blocked, it regenerates, and you can pay 3 to give it +1/+0.
So that doesn't matter. If we get a guy with haste, it's all over, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well.
So we attack with just these 2.
Yeah, just those 2.
And... yes. Okay. Our opponent has to block both of them.
Now, I wonder if we should actually have attacked with the other ones, too.
He would just eat one of our creatures. He would just eat our 1/1.
That's true.
And then we wouldn't have a good block there.
Now, if we would have left this one 2 more times, it would have gotten much, much bigger. So now he's having to make some complicated decisions. That's not what I would have done. Plus the trample guy.
It's not what I would have done either.
I would have put the 5/5 on the 4/4 that didn't have trample.
Yeah.
And I would have put the 4/4 on the 4/4.
Yeah, he has to kill us this turn. We're going to attack with everything.
Well, he's at 1. Of course we attack with everything.
Wait, should we have attacked with everything last turn?
Maybe. I was thinking we might should have.
He would have blocked.
He would have blocked differently, is the problem.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't have died blocking.
Okay, then we did the right thing. Alright.
So.
Are they killing us this turn? So they have 7 damage that I'm missing.
I think they're just going for it. To be going for it. Holy day, we lose. Called it.
No, we'd have another turn left. They would do 6.
How did their guy get bigger? Doesn't it get bigger every turn?
Yeah, went from 5/5 to a 6/6, and we were at 7. All right.
Holy day, we still win. All right.
I didn't see too many artifact creatures. I did see one. Maybe we should be playing the Telajad Chosen.
So
he had multiple equipment. Maybe Turn to Dust is good.
He did have a lot of equipment. I think we're fine though.
I think I maybe take out the Talisman, pull in a Turn to Dust.
Maybe.
Is there anything else that I didn't like too much? We could pull out the Tooth because he knows about the Tooth.
No, I think the Tooth is so powerful we don't care if he knows.
We can take out the Frogmite and bring in a Telajad Chosen to stop his
I'd rather have the Frogmite. I don't think he has very many artifacts. We've already played one artifact player.
Okay.
I mean, so I don't think he has a lot of artifacts. Everybody has a lot compared to normal.
We could put the black back in and run Betrayal of Flesh.
That's possible.
I don't think we need to, but it's a possibility.
I mean, I do like the protection from artifacts guy. I don't think we need it. I think we should just run it back. Now, I do like Bullshot Gauntlets. So.
I think we're the more aggressive deck on that one.
So, I mean, that's not what we want. So let's just go.
Oh, the guy said, nuking my Mur got you there that match. No thank you.
Seems good.
Oh, well, he actually has a thing. I'll keep.
Yep.
We've got a Striker into Merce.
Or Mirror into Scorpion, depending on what he does.
The thing I don't like about this hand is that it's all one toughness.
Yeah. I like that it really benefits from any sort of equipment.
Yeah, we only have 3 pieces.
We only have 2 in the deck, right?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I want to run a turn 3 Berserker out.
I agree.
And if he attacks, I'll trade.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
So, our hand is better with that draw. I do like that we have multiple 4-drops. I'd be happy to trade here because it makes our draw Scorpion a lot better.
Why does it make it better?
Because then he has 1 less 1 toughness creature. It's bad against Coppermer.
Oh, okay.
Draw Scorpion is actually a better defensive card than offensive card. I always consider high power, low toughness creatures better on defense and offense because you can trade.
And trade up.
You can trade up easily on defense, and you trade down often on offense.
Well, we've done 2 lands in a row. That's unusual.
Alright, so let's see if our opponent has an answer to a 3-2. They probably don't. The next turn we play the Draw Scorpion. Well, we could play the Goblin Striker. We'll see. Depends on what they play.
Maybe we'll play the Arc Slaughter.
That would be nice.
So they don't seem to need the mana this game.
They might have a 7-drop or something like that. Oh, they
Sure,
deconstructed our Mur.
Okay, whatever. Wow. That's pretty impressive. You want to just play the... Do you want to play the 1/1 or do you want to play...
Yeah.
3/1. Yeah, okay. That'll keep their trample from attacking.
I mean, I would take that trade, but I'll make that trade. But if I was them, I would consider attacking. We don't have any great equipment to go on either of these creatures. Like, this is one of the situations where the Gauntlet would be great.
See, they brought in their protection for artifacts.
Okay, I'm actually going to skip. I would have attacked there because the Telajad Chosen is so valuable. Alright.
No, they get... I don't know.
So we don't have attacks.
Well, we don't have cards either, so that's important.
Now, our opponent can't play like we have 3 lands in hand. That's ridiculous. So just because we haven't missed any land drops doesn't mean we don't have more spells. I would play like we have more spells. Also, they haven't missed any, so they could also just have been a whole bunch of mana. I do think the Deconstruct was a little early. I'm not willing to deconstruct a Copper Mur or a Silver Mur. Alright, I'm going to take my trade here.
So...
The Volshock and the Draw Scorpion.
You're going to keep the first strike with haste?
Yeah, just because how much more powerful it gets.
Against his other two things?
Yeah.
It's
All of our
not
stuff
a lot
traits.
of your power, but I think that's worth it. It's an odd play if he plays something good after.
Yeah. There's a lot of plays where this punishes, unfortunately, and it is a weird play.
Now, us drawing in equipment makes it look real good, though.
If we had equipment, I'd rather block with the 1/1 and the 3/1 and keep my 3/2 and have a 4/3. Oh yeah, that can untap. No, I don't want to use that ability. All right, so we took a weird turn there, and it looks like we're punished. Yep.
I mean, we might as well play the vault.
Yeah, we could have kept the Berserker there. Wasn't sure what they were going to play afterwards. The Berserker would have let us trade with the 5/3, but now we're just going to die. Probably should have taken the more... I'm not sure. There's a lot of low toughness creatures, and that's why Goblin Striker can really shine, but...
Yeah.
It wouldn't have mattered anyway, because all we can manage to do is draw lands.
We've literally drawn nothing but lands the whole game, right?
No, we drew that Berserker.
Oh, we drew a Berserker, okay. And did lands. I feel like we lose a lot of games like this.
It's just because a lot of the other games we don't lose unless it's bombs or lands, because our play's pretty good. But I don't think that the Goblin Striker play is...
That was probably not good in retrospect now.
Alright, so our partner's going bigger than us. Fortunately, we managed to only draw lands. So we drew most of our lands, but, you know.
Alright, guess you might as well block this time.
Now we're dead. Alright, so they're going bigger than us, and they have protection from artifact cards.
There's no reason for us to play protection for artifact cards, but there is a reason for us to play betrayal. We'll also have to put in a swamp for that, though, right? We probably should have two sources.
Yeah, and we're going to pull into the talisman back, because we want more stuff like that.
Okay. And we're taking out the Turn to Dust.
I just didn't see their artifacts. They might have pulled them in, they might have pulled them out. I want to pull in the gauntlets. I'm not sure I want to pull in multiple talismans. I don't think I do. I think I might cut the Frogmite. Or the Draw Scorpion.
Let's cut a Draw Scorpion, I think.
I like the Draw Scorpion a lot more with the gauntlets.
That's a good point. Alright, so we probably want to cut a... Do we want to cut a forest? No. We want to cut some land so that we can play Betrayal. Probably.
Yeah, we just cut an island.
Okay.
Because we brought the talisman. Okay, we need to cut one more card, though. Actually. Yeah, I was going to say we could pull in the Fabricate, but we don't have a way to cast it easily. So.
Alright, so now we just need to cut one more card. The Pirate spell bombs can kill their mana ramps. That's probably decent.
I like the the Soldier Replica quite a bit. I really didn't see too many artifacts, but I really am not sure how much I want to cut Creeping Mold.
They did have artifacts, so it's probably worth keeping.
Well, we should cut a non-land permanent at this point.
Mm-hmm.
We have 14 creatures, which is... I think we should cut a Scimitar.
Okay.
I think we should run not too many equipment with only 14 creatures.
Alright.
Alright, and we gonna play first.
We do want to play first. That's a pretty good hand.
Yep, and I'll keep it. We've got turn 2, Silvermer, and then hopefully turn 3 we have let's see, we'll have 1, 2. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, so we'll be one short. If we draw an artifact, if we had that last turn, we could have played Thoughtcast next turn.
We can still draw an artifact line.
We've got to play quickly because they've been pretty quick on killing our Murr.
So we can actually destroy a land right now. which is a little weird.
I don't want to do that.
So why don't we just go ahead and play a creature? Go ahead and play the replica. Because it's a 1/3. And attack for 1.
Instead of the Myr and the Spell Bomb. It's fine.
We could just play the spell bomb and use it next turn if we need it.
I meant for the Thoughtcast. Just trying to get it. But I don't think they're actually going to go for the Silver Myr with us having the replica out. I would go for the replica. Because it stops so many of their creatures.
So if they didn't play a land this turn, it might be good to kill that. So we can probably play the spell bomb, then play the Thoughtcast.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can only play 1.
Okay.
So I'm going to play the spell bomb.
So yes, play the spell bomb and then also play the Omega Mirror. No, don't draw a card. You want the top one there.
Oh, sorry.
And then hit him for 1.
Yeah, so one of the things I've had an issue with this deck is just playing all these 1-power creatures is less than great.
That's true.
The good news is...
You could probably just F6 their turn.
Yeah, we have 3 powerful cards in hand. So if the game goes longer, we do have a lot of power.
Well, I think we're playing the Thoughtcast next turn.
Yeah.
So...
Unless they play some sort of crazy artifact, I'll play the
die.
Thoughtcast.
Yeah. Now, they only have the 1 green source. So...
Nah.
So that's Thoughtcast for 1. That's pretty impressive.
Arcslogger.
Oh man, next turn, Arcslogger.
Okay. So let's go ahead and play Creepy Mole because we can't play anything this turn.
Just to kill their forest.
Yeah.
And that way they can't regenerate either.
Right, and more importantly, it's mana efficient, and we saw that they have lots of big creatures, and just slowing them down counts for a lot.
And Arcslogger's probably going to end it pretty soon, if it's unanswered.
Well, if they don't have another green source, then Arcslogger can swing through it.
So we can't kill that now, right?
If I was them, I would attack. Okay, I think they have better answers than us.
I would have left the red open and tapped the mirror.
Well, that's not an option.
Oh, you're in fact correct.
Right, we need.
I would have done it anyway.
Brad's like, I would have used magic to make that work. All right,
Yep.
so we're gonna attack with our 4/5. You can regenerate now.
That's not good. Well, if we draw a black source,
we just have to get them down. Oh, see, I would have deconstructed the soldier replica, but I guess they assume we have more blue spells.
well, now we make 2 big creatures, right? So we put it on the soldier replica, and we attack with the soldier replica and the Arcslogger?
Yeah. And if he double blocks with the Duskworker, we kill it in response and kill both his creatures.
Yeah, we kill it with the exile, right? Don't attack that.
Alright. That's a dangerous play by them.
They took it?
Yeah.
Dang.
Because we have them at 4 less life. They're essentially at 5.
Yeah. Well, so you can just move that onto the mirror and attack. Like, we don't need a blocker. We're at 20.
Yeah, I wouldn't attack with that Duskworker.
Yeah, we'll just take 2 because we're at 18 now. Who cares?
Yeah.
If we draw a black source, we kill that, it regenerates and taps and kill them.
How? For... Oh.
Yeah, if we draw a black source, we betray it.
I don't understand how that kills it.
It regenerates so it taps. We kill them. We don't kill it.
We don't have 9 damage. Oh, the next turn. Alright, we have Spike Shot Goblin.
So
You want to put this here? I think you're right. I want to equip this.
wait. Do we have? Okay, we do have enough mana to do both. So we want to play the Spike Shot Goblin as well.
Okay. Now we just attack with a Mega Mirror.
No protection from artifacts on their reach guy.
So we attack with both.
Actually,
and
we attack with
double block. They kill our 4/5. We kill their 2/4 or their creature, and we get them for 5, and they go to 4, and then we play the Spike Shot Goblin, tell them to attack them next turn. I love it.
You sure?
Yeah.
I don't know. I see this going poorly. They just bounce, right? He's not going to do anything else.
He's gonna go to 5.
Oh, okay. Play the Spike Shot Goblin, and on the next turn we just...
Kill him.
No, we can't. We don't have enough mana. We need 3 red. We attack and then kill him.
No, we just do 5. This does 5 damage to our creature player.
Oh, after you click it. Yes.
But like, even if we didn't have Spike Shot Goblin, they're at 5, and we have Art Slogger. If we have any way to get 1 damage through, they die, because that's just 4 damage.
Yeah, you're right.
That is a terrifying and bold play. I have no idea what's in their hand.
I don't either. Had they not attacked with the Dustworker there, they could have just thrown it in front of the Arc Slogger.
Yeah, they could have double blocked and killed the thing.
Oh yeah, so they should not have attacked when they attacked.
No.
Maybe they know something we don't.
They should have double blocked here. Made me kill their Duskwalker.
The card I am worried about is in Darksteel.
Which one is that?
The one that everything gets +2/+2 in lifelink.
Yeah, they don't have that.
Yeah, they don't have that because it's in Darksteel. Because that would have been a rock play had they had that card.
Yeah,
and
you're just always going to...
In a week, we'll have to worry about that. But I don't know what they were doing here.
You want to know what?
You know what? We rocked with Affinity, by the way.
Yeah, but we rocked with the mid-range.
We rocked with Redfinity. That's what I'm going to call it.
So, if they had the next mana, they could entwine it. But if they didn't entwine it, +2/+2 or lifelink wouldn't have gotten them out of it. They still would have died to these red cards.
Okay, so now click kill.
Yeah. Yeah, they said they were mana screwed. Alright. And now we could Betrayal Flesh if we wanted to. But we don't.
Yeah, so destroying their mana seemed to matter every time we did it. Which is...
I want to try this, just to see how this works.
Oh, what are you doing?
Okay, that's how that works.
Okay, so you just exile and click them?
There we go. Okay, that was cool. I just wanted to try that out. Okay, our next match starts too. Here we go.
So now we have paid for this draft.
I think this is still the worst deck we've drafted. We're just bigger than we didn't run badly.
We did that one game.
We did,
but we turned it around, right? No, we lost that game.
No, we drew a bunch of lands.
We actually
Well, and the other thing is like, I'm actually not particularly impressed with this deck, but I feel like our opponent's decks haven't been that great either.
Maybe us waiting between Affinity and just good stuff messed everybody's draft up.
Maybe the packs just didn't have good cards in them.
It could be.
That happens. Sometimes a draft pool... Because a draft pool will usually disseminate pretty evenly if the packs are about on average. But if there are a lot of bad packs, there's just a lot of bad decks. We also played 2 people that were playing either Affinity or mid-range Affinity. They were just trying to be beatdown decks, and we had red cards.
Yeah.
I really do like the Spike Shot Goblin with the gauntlets.
So I like Spike Shot Goblin in general, and we should be taking that more.
Yeah. I think with the gauntlets, I think I want to bring it in against bigger decks, because Spike Shot Goblin against big creatures with the gauntlets gets you tons and tons of mana. And it's worth spending the 3 to equip and to move around.
Yeah, so if we had 7 mana, we click it, shoot it, click it back.
Right. But against smaller decks, I'd rather have the scimitars, because shooting for 2 is just often as good as shooting for 5.
Oh yeah, that'll kill most creatures, but it won't kill the player very
Think
fast.
about the decks we've played before, the smaller decks.
Yeah.
With the exception of us equipping to the 4/4.
And Pirate Spellbomb is amazing.
Right. So I think doing 2 damage is more important than doing 5 damage on the whole.
Yeah.
It's just against the green decks, I feel like doing 5 damage is better.
Well, no, I mean, doing 5 damage is always better than doing 2 damage, but being able to consistently do 2 damage is very important.
Our opponent made a lot of weird blocks, too. There were a lot of points where I think they could have changed their blocks and kind of
And
put
it
us...
lasted a long time, maybe even one.
They could have killed our Arc Slogger in different positions. At the cost of a lot of their cards, but just killing an Arc Slogger is great. Because Arc Slogger comes with 2 free bolts. Like,
Yep.
we had 4 more turns before Arc Slogger would not have been 2 free bolts. And we used a draw 2 card. So there's essentially 3 different cards. Like, this is a good keep.
Wow, Spike Shot. Keep.
The Spike Shot's not great if you don't have equipment.
It still kills a lot of creatures.
Oh, it's still fine. It's just not great. All right.
I don't think you play that on the first turn.
I can't do that.
Well, actually, you have a 2-drop and a 3-drop, so yeah.
And I have an affinity card. Yeah. So when you play cards like Pirate Spellbomb, depend a lot on when do you have mana. And for us, the mana efficiency is very important.
I mean, if it keeps them from playing something, more power to us.
A black-white deck, that's interesting.
I haven't seen that before. I mean, I don't know what that can do.
It could just be white creatures that... Okay, they're going to double block? I would.
I would double block.
That's fine. That's good for them.
It's wild. I haven't seen anybody do that.
I mean, I'm willing to trade the Raise the Alarm for Goblin Striker. Raise the Alarm is the kind of card that can kill a lot of your creatures. And it's a very, very good reason never to attack with your Spike Shot Goblin to white mana. Because you can always just shoot if you really need the damage to get through.
Yep.
Alright, so we can just play our 2/2 here, or we can play our Goblin and start shooting them.
I think Goblin and start shooting is better. Because next turn, we can shoot and Frogmite.
Yeah. And we do have a source for a shot. I mean, the soldier's not great, but...
I mean, we should kill it, though.
Yes. And this actually holds him off a lot of other creatures as well.
So play the mountain, I guess.
We're going to go ahead and just let them go to their turn. And then...
Yeah, because we might want to do 2 damage to something.
Yeah. Whenever your opponent draws a card, you may
Whoa.
Okay, well, we're going to end this game quickly. Mine's eye is strong, but it is slow.
Alright, so we need to play that trample dude and attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, the trample dude does represent more damage, right? Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Just don't skip through our attack step by accident.
Actually.
No. The trample dude represents more damage.
Well, I can keep up Pirate Spellbomb for next turn that way.
You could just do Pirate Spellbomb next turn.
Okay.
Because this means the next turn is going to be crazy powerful.
It's true. It means we can play Full Shock.
And then Pirate Spellbomb something.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that only playing a Raise the Alarm and a Mind's Eye is just not enough to stop.
Well, we hope. I mean, I would love to win one.
They could have a Wrath. Being able to play this slow does indicate stuff like that.
Oh man, that is a that is a possibility. Okay.
I'm not playing around the Wrath.
So you shouldn't attack with a 1/2.
Correct.
But don't F6 on their turn either, because that 1 damage could be the difference.
They're in a tough spot too, because if they have 1 toughness creatures, we're preventing them from blocking.
Yeah, and if they have a 3 toughness creature, we'll kill that too.
Right. Like, they could have Myr very easily. So they bought a turn.
And we still kill them on the next turn, don't we?
No.
Yeah, we do. We have 5.
Our creatures don't untap.
Only 2 of them.
All of them don't untap.
All of them?
Yeah.
Oh, that says all of them and tap 2 creatures. Oh, okay. mean, there's no reason to play that, so.
Nope.
Oh, I didn't know.
We could use the spell bomb to draw a card this turn, though.
It's not worth it. We kill them on the next turn.
We kill them anyway with creatures, so I think we should, so we can cast something.
No, because they might be able to cast something to block.
Okay.
I mean, because drawing a card doesn't mean anything, because it can't kill them.
Unless it was an equipment, but yeah, okay.
Well, I mean, we're going to kill them without that equipment.
My reason for wanting to do it was that Mind's Eye was tapped.
We don't
tapped
care if
out.
they draw cards, though.
Yeah. They do have to be in position to play a 4 toughness blocker. Deals combat damage to a creature. Okay, that doesn't matter.
Okay.
You have to play another thing.
You have to play another creature.
Yeah. I'm going to do it their end step.
You're going to do what? No. Just shoot them.
That's 3 damage. Why don't I just kill their 2/2 and attack them?
Okay, do it.
I mean, it just taps it, but whatever. I'm attacking for just 7 right here. They didn't regenerate. What do they have, and why didn't they regenerate?
It doesn't matter. We still just attack with everything but the spike shot. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they just didn't have it.
Okay. Alright, so they're a really slow control-y deck? I don't know. We didn't see enough. I think they might have bigger cards. Let's try running that.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing I can think of.
I don't really see anything. If we don't see a lot of artifacts, I could see getting rid of our 3 green cards. But they're so powerful.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really want to bring in these weaker cards. So
Yeah, I think we're doing right.
If we had a couple better white cards, I could see sideboarding out green and pulling in white in some matches, but we just really don't. We could sideboard out, this is fine.
Yep, it's about as good as it's going to get.
Well, when we have a 2-drop and a mana accelerant.
Are we going to play the mana accelerant, or are we going to play the hasty guy? I think we should play the hasty guy.
Not sure yet. With the tooth we drew, I want to play the mana accelerant first so we can flash that out sooner.
Target player discards a card. What card are we going to discard? Probably the draw scorpion. I don't know, I just think we should go for damage.
So my goal is, I'm going to play the Soldier Replica next turn. I want to play Goblin Striker on a turn where I either have extra mana up or something, so they can block with a 1. And
then you could get the tooth.
Yeah.
So we got 4 now. Scorpion.
Yeah.
They seem like the type of deck who might play a terror.
Yeah, I would play Terrors. They're playable. You just can't run a bunch of them. That's fine.
Oh, well, I think you want to cast the Scimitar and click it to the draw Scorpion.
Yeah. I'm going to attack for 5.
And then make it 6? With a tooth? I think you should make it 6.
Okay. So the argument against making it 6 is that...
It's a combat trick.
Yeah. This does get more damage, does it?
But so, they're probably not blocking either way. Right? Because they think their card's better. However...
Well, they can't kill our stuff, so there's no reason for them to.
Well, yeah. But 1 more damage, because that might happen 2 turns in a row. So 2 more damage might be worth it.
A 6-turn clock is more significant than a 5-turn clock,
yeah.
and that's why I'm willing to do this. And we have a fistful of cards, the only one of which we can't cast is the Fangred Hunter.
And one more mana, specifically green. What does that thing do?
They get a pay X and search their deck for an equipment. If I was them, I would equip my Bone Splinter.
And attack?
No, and block my 4/2.
So Pirate Spellbomb
What?
punching us directly in the face.
They don't even care.
No cares were given whatsoever. Alright, so we can either play the building creature or the trample creature.
Or we can move the Scimitar here, attack with our 2/1 and our 3/1, offer trades either way, and play our Soldier. And get in 3 damage, and keep our opponent another creature back.
So we'll trade a creature.
Maybe. They might not block. But then they'll take 6
But,
damage.
or we could have a 4/4. They can't race a 4/4.
So do you just want to attack with the Dross Scorpion,
And let them block?
and they'll trade, and we take no damage? I like getting another body down.
Well, so a 4/4 is more powerful than anything, though. Oh, no, I take it back, because they'll just move their Bone Splitter over.
Yeah.
So, yes, that is actually the best play. Not a green. Oh, well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. They can't do anything about that.
So, attack with both.
Yeah, they should trade. I would trade.
You should have tapped your Talisman.
Why?
Because then you could play the 4/4 anyway.
How?
Because the Dross Scorpion would have untapped it.
Oh! That's a good point. That's not...
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Lame.
We messed out a big... That would have been a really good play.
That would have been a super tech play. Man, we really messed that one up. I feel bad about that one.
Oh, here we go. Undo. Alright, now do we want to equip the replica and have a 2/4 on the ground? I don't think so.
There's no point.
Well, I think it's just better to have a 2/2 first strike than it is to have a 2/4. Wow, that would have been a great play.
Wow.
Look at us, Mobius pick, missing the best plays. Ah, that was definitely the play to make.
Still ramming it. Okay.
I don't understand how they think that they can race by just playing that stuff, though.
Alright, so Hunter, free Frogmite?
Yeah.
I mean, either way. And then attack. And +1.
I mean, we're winning this race, right? Am I missing something?
I mean, they're just playing what they got. Apparently, they've been playing very slow decks. And we've been going way too fast for them. Or they haven't drawn their wrath. And that's what wins them the game.
I'm not going to play my prototype. Okay, so that's
That's one more turn.
So we play the prototype next turn.
I mean, we're at 10. Alright, well. Haste. So that's 4 more damage. 5 more damage.
Yeah. They're dead to a Pyrite Spellbomb now. I mean, if they play some equipment, they could kill us next turn.
4 shock. Well, it'd have to be 2 pieces of equipment. No one single piece of equipment would win, except for gaining 3 life and giving it lifelink.
Yeah, but they could like play an artifact and a bone splinter. They win the game, right? Like they have outs. I just
Yeah, artifact and bone. Let's see, a single bone splinter increases it to 7. So an artifact and a bone splinter only increases it to 8.
they could wrath, but I think we're fine through that too. We have the prototype.
So we have creatures less than and greater than the attack, so we're fine. Sacking 2 creatures doesn't matter. The only thing I can think of is enough artifacts to
you
just
can
kill us.
entwine. You can entwine the Wrath.
Oh, you can entwine the Wrath? What is that?
They gained.
Ooh, nice. That's still not enough, though, is it?
Well, couldn't they just attack? Couldn't they just done it to us?
And then attacked?
Yeah.
How many was it for?
4.
No, that would only go us to 8. They could have done it for 5, though. Alright, so we just attack, right?
We should move this here. So it's 2, 2, 3. Because we want it. He's going to block the highest.
Yeah, we're supposed to split them very evenly at this point.
And we attack with everything.
And then that's death, right? That is death. So he blocks the 3. And then 2, 4, 6. We kill him. Wow, we got super lucky that whole tournament.
Maybe they got really unlucky.
I don't know.
Their deck didn't seem to do much.
Well, they won 2 matches to get here, though.
They had card advantage. And they had removal.
Maybe they didn't play a fast deck all the way here. Maybe we got the best deck of the pool.
It's true. Maybe all the pool decks were bad.
Well, I mean, maybe the deck's better, but there's a slower. So.
Said they should have grabbed a second bone splinter. Alright, so this is our first 3-0 in the new cube. We won 200 points, and
What's this season 1 point?
the QP. We have some other ones.
Ah.
So we got 2 more drafts in it, and we may or may not have time to ram in other Mirrodin drafts later on. I think I'm done for today.
I would love to do one tomorrow.
Tomorrow's a possibility, and we might be able to get some in Monday and Tuesday. We're going to be doing the spoiler review soon. I'm going to do it Monday morning. I'll be over here probably around 11 Central Time to cover all of the different stuff for the limited archetypes and the ratings on the cards. And then a little bit later in the day, probably around 3:30 or 4, when Brad finishes up, we'll go through the constructed cards and go in depth and talk about the cards we think are good for standard, if it creates any new archetypes, breaks any old archetypes, and then look at things for Modern and Legacy. Modern Legacy is a little bit harder to put your pulse on the finger, and we can look, maybe there's a card for Vintage.
You meant finger on the pulse, but yes.
Yeah. That's it, guys. Thanks for joining us for this super successful draft with our trashy deck that I think was the worst deck that we've drafted since we've been on stream. As far as synergy goes, and curve, and anything that mattered, except for the
The obvious win.
Yeah.